Hi, my name's Alexia, and I'm here with Palmeri, who's my mom. And today, right now, actually, we're going to talk to you guys about why people my age, my generation, are so confused about what they want to do with the rest of their lives. Now, I am lucky enough myself to have figured out what my passion is, I guess you could say. Right? Like you know that I want to get into journalism, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. But a lot of my friends and people that I've went to school with, I could vouch for them by saying that they're very confused about what they want to do with the rest of their lives. And it's sad because I see them going to school and just going into something that they're doing almost out of being forced into doing it. And it's not something they really love or really want to do. So, why is it that we're so confused?
That's an excellent question, and I've noticed it myself. Having three daughters, teenage daughters, I've watched the process even that you've been on and what it took to identify kind of what your passion is. I think we're living in an age of distraction. As everyone knows, we're living in a technology-driven era. So, a lot of people have their phones and iPads and TVs on, and there's technology all around us. And in having that at play, media seems to play a big part of kind of the way teenagers and young adults, look at their choices. Mm-hmm. And in actuality, unfortunately, the media doesn't always portray what the true sense of living is. It's a very fantasy driven, more of an unrealistic thing. So sometimes teenagers and young adults are kind of taken down the wrong road, and they're not living realistically. So what you've got to do as a teenager and a young adult is, as anyone, even adults, start to write down some of what your aspirations are. What do you see yourself doing? What are the things that really have made you feel the best? Like, sometimes there's been kids who have started dance as far as 3 or 4 years old, and they've done it for many, many years. And there's a reason for that. It's because they actually have this passion for dancing, and then they'll get to a teenage years, and that's all forgotten. They've got to, the parents potentially could be influencing them to take a path, to be a doctor, or so they feel like they've got to listen to their parents, and they've forgotten what it is that they truly, truly love to do. So, doing dance, there's so many different paths. You could be, end up on Broadway. You could be a teacher yourself. There's all these different things. So you got to really identify what it is that you love to do and start writing it down. Just put down things, in a book, and get that creative juice starting to flow. And eventually, what you'll do is you'll map out what it is that you want to do for the rest of your life.
You know what I think it is too? I think that a lot of people think that their dream is too big, or what they want to get into is too much, because obviously it's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy to accomplish what you want to truly be doing. And I can say firsthand that even the career that I'm getting into, I know that you'll have to start small and take those risks, and maybe not even like what you're doing at the beginning.
Yeah.
But if you make those sacrifices, it will pay off, because that's your passion. You'll get to that point, because if you keep going, it's bound to happen for you. But I think a lot of people are caught up in the fact that they want easy, maybe. They want, okay, well, it'll bring the money in quickly. I may not be happy, but at least I'll be getting paid steadily.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's the way society's been set up too, is that we need to pay bills. And sometimes doing what you really want to do might not pay those bills right away. So what do you do in that situation?
So you're right. We do also live in an era or in an age where things come very quickly thanks to the internet. You can literally at your fingertips find out any information instantaneously. You've got it. So there's this expectation that, if you go after something, it probably will come quickly, which isn't the case. Everybody's got to work hard for the goal that you've set out to do. You've got to just remain patient, and I think it is wise to, be focused on what it is that you really want to do. And yeah, you may run into a few challenges, along the way. But if you're really passionate about what it is that you're doing, you're going to do anything to get there. So you may have to take on another job, you may have to do a part-time job, but you have to do whatever it takes in order to achieve that goal. And for me, I just see it as a process and a journey, and step by step you will get there. And you've just got to realize that there's going to be some sacrifices along the way, but it should be exciting. If it's your passion, it should be that excitement that you're feeling, that you're getting closer and closer to that goal.
Anything else that you want to talk about?
I guess along the same line that we were just talking about, you may experience what we typically categorize as a failure, but that means you're doing well in my book, because if you've had something that doesn't go the way you thought it would go, it just means that you're not on the right path. So what happens is the universe kind of says, not quite right. Let's maneuver you into another direction, because that's not taking you on your path of where you need to be. So I don't look at failure as a negative thing. Failure is just like a readjustment of getting on the path that you're meant to be on. And failure also, in actuality, makes you grow, because you're taking challenges and you're taking risks. And that's a good thing, because it's opening up your mind and your heart to different things. And to me, that's personal development. And so when you're doing things and they don't quite go your way, you always learn from that. So it's like a learning experience. So it's twofold. The good thing is you're taking challenges. They may not go right, but if they don't go right, just look at it like it's a lesson. It's an experience that's going to make you get to the point that you're going to in some way or another.
So we were just talking about why we're so confused in this generation, especially my age, in finding a passion and actually taking the steps to live that out. And I feel like what we talked about was actually really helpful, because a lot of people don't know how to move forward with doing what they really love, right? So by taking these tips that you just shared, I think it would really help a lot of people, even my friends that are confused. And that's all.